Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dr. Jason Jones back with another episode of Health Made Easy. And we're continuing our series on gut health. And today, what we're going to talk about is what improves it and what destroys it. Now, the health of your gut has a huge impact on your body, and it goes a long way in determining your overall health. The trillions of bacteria, yes, trillions with a T, in the digestive tract make up the gut microbiome. Now, what's a microbiome? So it's basically made up of good and bad bacteria, yeast, fungus, molds, those kinds of things. And they help in digestion and contribute to the health of our entire body, including our brains, immune system, and even more. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover some ways that your gut health actually improves your overall health. And as we do that, what it can do to help improve it, but also what it can do to actually destroy our gut health, but also our overall health. And we're going to start with the immune system. So the bacteria in the gut microbiome are, again, the good guys, the bad guys that are in our gut, those trillions of bacteria and yeast and fungus and molds. They play a fundamental role in protecting us against infections. The beauty is that our immune system, which detects and destroys pathogens or bad guys, does not attack the bacteria in the gut microbiome that it sees as friendly. So instead, it works in a mutually beneficial partnership that helps to maintain this what's called a symbiotic relationship between the host and these microbes, basically a mutually beneficial partnership that they have. So that's more of a reason why the bacteria in our gut have a large influence on our susceptibility to immune-related diseases. So when we eat foods that can be disruptive to our health, our gut works oftentimes as our first line of defense. Now, second one is going to be digestive health. Many good bacteria in our gut help with digestion, nutrient absorption, which is super duper important because you aren't what you eat, you are what you absorb and assimilate. But it even has more functions than that. So when there is a disruption in the balance of the gut bacteria, this can often lead to various gastrointestinal problems, things like Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, diverticulitis, and other inflammatory bowel diseases. Third thing we're going to cover is brain health. So you might have noticed a sick feeling in your stomach whenever you hear things like bad news or you're in a stressful situation. That's because the gut has a strong connection to the brain. In fact, there are a constant flow of signals between the brain and the gut via what's called the enteroendocrine cells located in the lining of the gut. Now, you don't need to remember that, enteroendocrine cells, but basically the enteroendocrine cells are these little cells that are along the lining of the food tube, that runs through our body or our digestive tract that communicate directly with the brain. So any problems with the gut can contribute to things like depression, anxiety, stress, and research has shown that the gut has a huge impact on mood and behavior, not to leave out something important, or to bring it up something important, which is if you look at things like just neurotransmitters like serotonin, which is involved in the sleep-wake cycle and our circadian rhythms and our ability to relax and calm down and all these other kinds of things. The majority of that is produced in the gut. It's not stored in the gut, but it's actually produced in the gut. Now, how about heart health? When you hear the saying, hey, the road to a man's heart is through his stomach, there's some truth to that because there's a link between the gut and the heart. Part of the chemicals produced by the microbes ends up in our bloodstreams, and that moves throughout the body. And one good example of that is what's called TMAO, or trimethylamine nitric oxide, which has been shown in studies to potentially cause things like blockage in the arteries, an increased risk for heart disease. There's more to be seen about with that, but just wanted to kind of give you just a little taste of how heart health can be related to gut health. However, another study showed that the gut microbiome helps increase the level of things like triglycerides, but also HDL, in our bloodstreams as well. Now, is also involved in things like weight gain, obesity and diabetes. The bacteria in the gut microbiome also plays a role in the body's metabolism. In fact, research has shown that an imbalance in the gut bacteria could lead to an increased risk of obesity and diabetes, and studies are still ongoing on how the signals from the gut influence metabolism and contribute to conditions like type 2 diabetes. Now, what destroys gut health? Okay, so the gut busters that I'm going to talk about are basically destroying and reducing the number of good bacteria in your gut. So here's one. Heating or eating hot fermented foods such as sauerkraut or kimchi. It's like, well, I thought kimchi and sauerkraut were good for the gut because they have natural probiotics in them. They do, and you're supposed to eat them cold, not heated. Eating foods that contain artificial sweeteners and refined sugars. Eating high sugar diets. Eating processed foods with additives. Indiscriminate use of antibiotics as well. Now, flip side of that is, how do you improve gut function? So you can improve your gut health and maintain the right balance of bacteria in your digestive tract. And here's some simple things that you could do. Load up on fresh fruits and vegetables, sometimes beans, and depending on the person, you might be able to eat some whole grains or some nuts as well. Brush and floss your teeth regularly because the microbiome, or all of the beneficial bacteria in your digestive tract, is all the way up and down, including in the mouth. Limit sugars and artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners have been shown to destroy gut bacteria. Keep fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, those kinds of things cold. Eat prebiotic fibers like banana, garlic, asparagus, and chicory. Avoid indiscriminate use of antibiotics. Reduce stress. Exercise regularly. And also get enough sleep. And if you missed the sleep podcast that we did last month, go back and check those out. We actually did 4 or 5 of them. So hope this helped you out. Hope this all made sense. If not, go back, listen to it again. It's Dr. Jason Jones signing out. You guys have a healthy week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.